Hi, my name is Jennifer Hudson, and I'm coming to you today from the mountaintop near Berkeley Springs in West Virginia on a beautiful fall day. It's a little cloudy, a little gray, and the colors are so vivid. I've been taking some time to watch the leaves fall. It's one of my favorite things to do in the autumn. I highly recommend it. You just sit and watch them fall. And when I do, I notice how much ease they seem to have as they surrender into transformation, as they drift down off the tree to decompose on the earth and become nutrient for the tree again to create more leaves in the spring. That circle, I'm reminded of that circle and cycle again. And acknowledging and remembering and sitting with that this part of the cycle is about death. It's about decomposition. It's about surrendering into the darkness, into the transformation, into the unknown. So I think that's been really happening in our world for a good bit now, at least for the last 7 or 8 months. We've been undergoing a huge transformation in our collective consciousness. And when I've also been thinking about these upcoming full moon energies, the full moon on October 31st, which happens to be a blue moon, which means it's the second moon in full moon in October, and also falls on Samhain. This is a very potent time, this particular full moon. And what I'm hearing is that it's really going to be highlighting some tumultuous energy, that there's going to be a bit of, awareness, maybe, of the polarity in our world. And it doesn't take much to look around and see that has already been happening for a while. And so I think that, this is sort of maybe going to be a little bit of the peak of it coming up. And so as I contemplated how to honor those energies, especially in my upcoming drum circle on October 30th, what came to me was unity. So while we sit with this polarity, we can also use this balancing awareness of unity. So instead of just focusing on the differences and how I'm right and that person's wrong or that group of people is wrong and rigidly digging my heels in and, getting myself worked up because this other person or these other people don't have the same perspective as me, what if we focused on what is the same amongst us? And so what came to me right away is that we are all made up of the same elements. There are different systems out there that teach different elements, but for today, the elements I'm referring to are earth, air, fire, and water, the building blocks of everything living. We see it in nature, and we see it in ourselves. And every human being on earth is made up of these elements. Earth, our body; air, our breath; fire, our spirit; and water, our blood. So if we remember this commonality, these things that we are all the same, then maybe we can start to heal the gap between this and that, us and them, and actually start to have some resolution for all of this turmoil instead of just constantly fighting. So what I want to do is teach you some drum sounds that represent those elements, and then use those drum sounds to do a very familiar chant that you might have heard before, and give you some space to really big vulture, sorry, distracting, beautiful, to really dig into being with unity. So it goes a little something like that. I'm going to use my frame drum today, but also in just a moment we'll show you how to do this on another kind of hand drum. So first, earth is represented by the lowest tone on the drum. Take a moment to, hit your drum if you don't know where that spot is, and find the place where your whole drum head wakes up and sings with this low bass tone. It's called doom in some systems, or just bass tone in others. And so it's usually not right in the center, a little off center, and there will be a spot that will be the best. If you move around, you can hear the differences. So there's mine, that's earth. Water is represented by dampening the drum head. So you literally hit it and keep your hand down, dampening. If you're doing this with a mallet drum, you would just hit it with the mallet and keep the mallet on the head. So earth, water. Air is represented by just running your fingers on the drum. I like to at least a couple times make a spiral starting from the center to represent air. And then fire is represented by this very high-pitched, what's called tech or tone, but it's on the edge of the drum, and it's that high tone. So different from earth, which is low tone, we have high tone. You can think of a crackling fire. So that's the frame drum. Let me show you really quickly this is like a little mini djembe. You would just do earth, would be also near the center, a little off center, or it would be the bass tone on the djembe. Water, you can move around with that also, you see where you like the water sound the most. Air, and fire, just like on the other drum. And you can do all of that again with the mallet drum also. So I'm gonna jump into playing and singing, and I invite you to maybe pause the video and go outside if you can. If you can get near a water source, that would be amazing. I didn't have that available today, so I brought my own water. You could even just take a bowl of water with you to represent water. I also have a candle burning back there to represent fire. Be a little careful with that. The leaves are pretty dry right now. And of course we're on the earth if you can get outside. And the air, remember to feel the air on your face and in your breath. If you can't go outside, that's okay. That's why I'm outside today, so you can be looking at the screen and feel the sense of being in the elements. And I'm going to be drumming and singing. That can be challenging sometimes, so you can decide if you want to just sing or you want to just drum, or you can just listen and tune into unity, or you could dance, or you can do all of those and mix it all up if you want. Whatever feels right to you. I invite you to just sink into presence and to really invite in the energy of unity. So here we go. Earth, water, air, fire. Earth, water, air, fire. Earth, water, air, fire. Earth, my body, water, my blood, air, my breath, and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body, water, my blood, air, my breath, and fire, my spirit. Earth, my body, water, my blood, air, my breath, and fire, my spirit. Oh, earth, my body, water, my blood, air, my breath, and fire, my spirit. Oh, earth, my body. breath and fire, my spirit, oh earth, my body, water, my blood, air, my breath and fire, my spirit, oh earth, my body, water, my blood, air, my breath and fire, my spirit, oh earth, my body, water, my blood, air, my breath and fire, my spirit, oh earth, my body, water, my blood, air, my breath and fire, my spirit, oh earth, my body, water, my blood, my breath, fire, my spirit, oh earth, water, air, fire, oh earth, water, air, fire, oh earth, water, air, fire, oh earth, our bodies, water, our blood, air, our breath and fire, our spirits, oh earth, our bodies, water, our blood, air, our breath and fire, our spirits, oh earth, our bodies, water, our blood, air, our breath and fire, our spirit, oh earth, our bodies, water, our blood, air, our breath and fire, our spirits, oh earth, water, oh air, fire, oh earth, water, oh air, fire, oh earth, water, air, fire, oh earth, water, air, fire, oh earth, water, air, fire. So thank you for contemplating unity with me today, for inviting that in. And I hope that you will join me possibly at my drum circle if you're in the Winchester area on October 30th. I'm going to attempt to see if I might be able to stream that circle and also make it virtual, so stay tuned to see if that happens. And if you're not in the area, just know that over the winter coming up, I will be offering a lot more virtual drumming classes and circles so we can stay connected and grounded through the winter. So thank you. Blessed be, friends. Happy drumming.